好热，我真的热死了，头还没干。今天周六，一个人。今天我是第6杯咖啡，终于了。在家吃了个早餐。是。自己发了这个夹子，再回去买个那种可以升降的。以前买了一个，下周买了个，这样买，花了70-80块钱。周六，明天周天。The purpose driver knife. 也是湿了，外面也是湿的。 Oh.就是对于平凡的过去，我是特别为了是跟多少一直都在不要让我有可能就搞得看不到is then it is your past transition. You will reduce suffering, but still do so. But this is a feel the purpose is what I want to do. Genuinely surrender some other its problem, pain, sickness, or circumstances. It's needed to fulfill in progress and goal in a united positive don't take it away. The level of maturity does not come easily, Jesus takes. Your goal is so much over God's plan that is real to beyond joy of that. Surrender is hard work in your case. It is intense. Warfare against ourselves, central natural. Intense warfare against ourselves, central natural. The blessing of surrender. The Bible is it's clear about how you benefit when you fully surrender your life to God. First, experience peace. Stop. With God. If you agree with Him, you will have peace at risk. The thing will go well for you. Next, you experience freedom. Offer yourself to the ways of God and freedom will quit. Come in the saddle of grace and be operated in His freedom. Third, experience God's power in your life. Then the temptation, the overwhelming power, can be defeated by risk and give away. attention and overwhelming power can be defeated by gradually engaging as an approach approach the biggest level of his life. He encountered and being watched before him and surrendering his plan. He surrendered that literally. This is a little but literally come through surrender. Surrender does break you. It has strength you. Surrender to God and you don't have to fear or surrender to anything else. Under our salvation army. Say the guarantee, the greatness of the manpower is in the mission of his surrender. So surrender people are the ones God uses. God choosing richly the mother of Jesus, not because she was talented or wealthy or beautiful, but because she was totally surrounded to him. When the angel is let go, is possible plan, probably plan, improbably plan, improbably, clamor. I am the Lord servant, and I am willing to accept whatever he wants. Nothing is more powerful than the surrender life in the hands of God. So give yourself confidence. Confidence. 2时2一半，上面。最近的视频我都设置自己特效，等我考完了我再来分享出来。所以我想之后还要在这里就是想来这个学习，分享陪伴。The best way to everybody eventually surrender to something or someone. If not to God, you are surrendered to the opinions or expectation of others, to money, to resentment, to fear, or to your own pride, lust, and ego. You were designed to worship God, and if you fail to worship Him, you will create another things, idols, to give you life. You are free to choose what you surrender to. But you are not free from the consequence of this choice. And this is saying that if you don't surrender to Christ, you surrender to Christ. 这个单词 Surrender is not the best way to live, but it's the only way to live. Nothing else works. And those approach living frustration, disappointment, and self-distraction. The key dream was what should call surrender. Reasonable service. Another version translates the most sensible way to save God. Those surrounding your life is not the foolish emotion, because but is a rational. is rational. Intelligence act. The most responsible and sensible thing we can do. So your life. That is a policy. So make it is our goal to please him. It's you waste taste. Momentary twist. You say yes to God. Waste moment. Yes. So sometimes it's take a year and eventually you discover that is the risk 最大的 hindrance 阻碍吗？God blessings in your life is not under it is yourself. Yourself will stumbled, proud, 固执的骄傲，我固执的骄傲，那你的心跳，this personal ambition. You cannot fulfill the purpose of your life will focus on your own plans. If you is going to do this, to his his work in you, it will begin with this. You give it all to God, you pass on the range, your present problems, your future ambitions, you fear, you dream, your weakness, your habits, your hurts, and hang on. Put Jesus Christ as drivers, saving your life and taking the hands of the seeker will. Don't be afraid. Afraid. Don't be afraid. Nonsense around. Nonsense under his control can even be out of control. Mastered by Christ, you can handle everything. So you will be like power and the reason for anything and equal to anything below him. When you serve those inner strength mutually, that is are you so sufficient, so sufficient, self-sufficient implies a sufficient. A surrender occurred on the this road after he was low down by land light. For lot another. Now gotta get the attention with this. Just take the matter. But regardless, surrender is never just a one-time event. Say that I did it daily. This is a moment of surrender. There is the practice of surrender, which is a moment by moment and a lifelong. 每个是每个一生之前。It's moment by moment and a lifelong. The problem is the living sacrifices that can claw or alter. So you may have to resurrender your life 50 times a day. You must make it as a daily habit Jesus said, if you people wanted to follow me, they must give up the things they want. They must be willing to give up. They live daily to follow me. Goodness, good. Like this. Let me warn you. When you decide to live a totally surrender life, that decision will be tested. Sometimes it will mean doing inconvenient, unpopular, costly, seemingly impossible tasks. It will often mean doing the positive opposite, opposite of what you feel like doing. And one of the great Christian leaders of the 28th century was William Branch, the founder of the Campus for Christ. Through this storm around the world, before spiritual laws tracked, like Joseph Brown, so there are over 4 million people, more than 150 million people, are come to Christ and are spending eternally in heaven. But I once asked Barry, why did God use and bless your life so much? He said, when I was a young man, I made the contact with God. I literally read it out and sent my name at the bottom. It said, from this day forward, I'm a believer of Jesus Christ. Have you ever signed a contract like this, like that with God? Or are you still arguing and struggling with God over this right to do with your life as please? He says, now is your time to surrender to God's grace, love, and wisdom. Every day think about my purpose, point and ponder. The heart of worship is surrender, and the words to remember. Surrender your whole being to be Him, to be useful for righteousness purpose. What area of your life am I holding back from God? Holding back，有说表的。哦，一下子就30分钟了，再读个7分钟吧，好吧？就7分钟，我就。现在没有人随便可以说出来。Being best friends with God. Since we restore unto friendship with God by the death of His Son, when we were still in enemy, we will certainly be delivered from the internally punishment by His life. God wants to be your best friends. The relationship with God have many different aspects. God is a creator and a maker, lover and a master, judge, redeemer, father, savior, and much more. But mostly, don't have shocking trust this Almighty God. Almighty God yearns to be your friends. Leader and with Father, I have no relation. Friendships God is simply love relationship with God and the people we created. And by little handed, not handed, to feel delighted to God and delighted to Him. We are made to God and continue present. After the fall, I realized the relationship was lost. Very few people in Old Testament don't have the privilege of relationship with God. Most like them were called friends of God. Then were called his man after God of open heart, and the job and this relationship with God. But fear of God in relationship is more common in Old Testament. So when Jesus changed the situation, when he paid for all things on the cross, the real intangible stability of separation from God saved from the common body, indicating that direct access to God was once again available. Unlike the Old Testament practice, Christ's had to spend our prepared to meet Him. We cannot approach God anytime. Approach anytime. So the Bible says, now we can join our wonderful new relationship with God, not because of what or Lord Jesus Christ has done for us. It's make us friends to God. Friendship with God is possible only because of the grace of God, the sacrifice of Jesus. All is done by God, but simply change us from enemy into His friends. The old used to say, what is a friend? We have Jesus, but actually God invites us to enjoy friendship and fellowship with all the person of this of Father, of Son, of Holy Spirit. You just say, I'm no longer your slave because slaver don't want to know his master business. Instead, I have called you friends. In everything that I learned from my Father, I have made it known to you. The word for friends is the version. Verse does not mean the cousin, but it's close. So trusted relationship with the same words is used to refer to the blessing and the leading and within in the cycle of the eternity. In trusted friends is royal comes, so we must keep in distance from the king, but in cycle of trust friends enjoy close contact, direct like science, confidential information. The God would want me for a close friends is hard to understand. But as the Bible says he is a God who is patient about his relationship with you. God deeply desires what we know his internal teaching. In fact, brand is universe and history included a detailed review so that we could become his friends. The Bible says he made the entire universe and made the earth hospitable with plenty of time, plenty of love and space for living. So we could seek after God, and it's not just grow around in the dark, but actually find Him. Now, knowing and loving God is our greatest privilege. It's become to know the love is God's greatest special. He said, if everyone should be both, they should both vanity in love and understanding. Those are the things that amazing. It is difficult to imagine how to interaction is possible to God. Invisible, perfect God and infinite, sensible human being. It is easier to understand the massive sorrow relationship of the greater creation, relationship or even father's child. And what does this mean? When God wanted me to be friends, by looking at the living of God friends in the Bible. We're going to seek secret of friendship with God. We will look at two secrets in this chapter and four more in the next. Becoming a best friend of God through constant conversation. You will never grow a close relationship with God by just attending church once a week or even having a daily quiet time. Friendship with God is building and sharing all the life experience with Him. Of course, it is important to establish a habit of the daily devotion time with God, but we want to more than appointment in your schedule. We want to be included in every activity, every conversation, every problem, and even every thought. You can carry on a continuous, open-ended conversation with Him through your day, talking with Him about whatever you are doing or thinking at the moment, praying without hesitation. It's covering with God while shopping, driving, working, or performing anytime, anyone, and any another everyday tasks. A common misconception is that spending time with God means being alone with Him. Of course, Jesus model. We need time alone with God, but it's also an unconceptual box evidence in the article or Whisper channel memberships available, not available. Music and beliefs coin. Really, maybe it's coin. True. You need to. Bottle. Bottles. Room. Room. Gathers. Gather. You need to. You need to gather. Gather. 好清凉啊，这汤。Bottle. closer to your progresses and the pieces that will come with you. At least they will committed. Workplace. Living closer to your workplace and reducing commitment harm. Close to, living closer to your workplace can reduce your daily commitment harm. You can try commitment.
Neuroscience is a compound of 这里11米，帽子收一下。这回实在是，我的镜头难一点点，来吧，先来读口语。真的头有点晕，我不知道是不是我，感觉这几天老是浑浑沌沌的。行吧，那我来先念一个 RS。先念 RA 吧。头痛。还来个15分钟啊。
The investigation aims to
怎么 IS 了？A 吗？Rate of depression. Sorry, rate of depression. At a time when stress levels are soaring, rates of depression are increasing, and the gap between the rich and the poor is ever widening. We believe given play positive. 来吧，这可以读全部 guarantee a thing. Play a positive role in helping people to feel connected to those around them and guarantee a sense of purpose and hope. When we give, we feel valued, useful, and happy. At a time when stress levels are soaring, rates of depression are increasing, and the gap between the rich and the poor is ever. We believe that giving can play a positive role in helping people to feel connected to those around them and guarantee a sense of purpose, of hope. When we give, we feel valued, useful, and happy. At a time when stress levels are soaring, rates of depression are increasing, and the gap between the rich and the poor is ever. We believe that giving can play a positive role in helping people to feel connected to those around them. In helping people to feel connected to those around them and guarantee a sense of purpose, of hope. When we give, we feel valued, useful, and happy. At the time when stress level are soaring rates of depression. At a time when stress levels are soaring, rates of depression are increasing. 这是不是快一点？ At a time when stress levels are soaring, rates of depression are increasing, and the gap between the rich and the poor is ever. We believe that giving play a positive role in helping people to feel connected to those around them and guarantee a sense of purpose and hope. When we give, we feel valued, useful, and happy. 快一点。At a time when stress level 怎么把这个 At a time when stress levels are soaring, rates of depression are increasing, and the gap between the rich and the poor is ever. We believe that giving can play a positive role in helping people to feel connected to those around them and guarantee a sense of purpose and hope. When we give, we feel valued, useful, and happy. At a time when stress level is soaring, risk of depression are increasing, and the gap between the rich and the poor is ever. We believe that giving can play a positive role in help. At a time when stress level is soaring, risk of depression generate guarantee between gap between 没带那个本子 between between 上不就好了吗 between generate is it wrong? Valued then 好吧 That's the one. Programs are common in many parts of the world, also vast range of network and computer networks that connect those devices, including computer, telephone, and network computer communication across the internet, such as the email and instant message is an example. Networks that connect these devices, including computer, telephone, and networks that connect those devices, including computer, telephone, and networks, computer communication across the internet, such as email and instant messaging, is just one of the most example. Networks that connect those devices, including computer, telephone, and networks, computer communication across the internet, such as email and devices. Devices. 这个是 RA 的，哎呀。Many networks that connect those devices. 再听一遍。Networks that connect those devices, including computer, telephone, and networks, computer communication across the internet, such as email and instant messaging, is just one of instantly.有这几个 instant. The most example. Many examples. Examples. So people have no sleep disorder. People with sleep disorder often work in their sleep aware that is work about where they go and they seriously affect the body. Mental healthy and childhood trauma, unspeakable problem and depression, while with different sleep behavior. Sleep behavior is also known as sleep disorder. Sleep behavior is also known as sleep disorder. People with sleep disorder often talk and work in their sleep. They are not aware of what they are working and about their going, and there is another serious effect of body. In general, that is mainly be connected to the mental health. People with childhood traumas, unspeakable problem, or depression, and one with the different sleep behavior. Sleep behavior is also known as sleep disorder. People with sleep disorder often talk and work in their sleep. They are not aware of what they are working and about their going, and there is another serious effect of body. In general, that is mainly be connected to the mental health. People with childhood traumas, unspeakable problem, or depression, and one with the different sleep behavior. 会不会这个太快了？Sleep behavior is also known as sleep disorder. People with sleep disorder often talk and work in their sleep. They cannot aware. Children disorder. Behavior. Behavior. 上面把那个比出来。Behavior. Behavior. Behavior. Depression. Childhood. Childhood. 这个单词我读不好，看一下。Childhood. Childhood. Childhood. What? Healthy. Health. 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 Healthy. Healthy. 我怎么读成这个了？Health. Health. Behavior. 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 Depression. 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 Disorder. 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 Order. Disorder. Disorder. 都是多了。Disorder. 来，上一题，这个15分钟有点长了，快3分钟再做一个。The elephant is the largest living land mammal during evolution. It has greatly altered from the usual mammal, designed for the two main reasons. One is the coupled with the great weight, a huge cheek teeth, and the tusk. I make this messy. Great weight. And of huge. The elephant is the largest living land mammal during evolution. It has greatly altered from the usual mammal, designed for the two main reasons. One is to cope with the great weight of huge. The elephant is the largest living land mammal during evolution. It has greatly altered from the usual mammal, designed for the two main reasons. One is to cope with Elephant. 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 Largest. 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 Oh my. Largest. Living. 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 Greatly. It's greatly. It's one, two. Two. Cup. Great. Greatly. During. Living. Largest. Largest. Elephant. 心平气和。Today we had go to this thing, sleeping in the memo. Behavior. Sleep. Disorder. What? Serious. Healthy. Health. Mental health. Mental health. Ooh, 完成。With. Child. I am the child. Childhood. Traumas. Depression. Action. Depression. Networks. These. Devices. Computer. Capable. Cable. Network. Instant. Internet. Many. 来吧，最后一个 depression。Actually, time was just levels. Widely. And giving. Believe. Giving. Thanksgiving. Positive. Helping. People. Helping people. Those then generate. Sense. Valued. Happy. 来了。不知道我的翻到了没有？看一下。当当。来数一下，那我先做题吧。 整一下 IS。我今天没有做从来没写过的题，好像再做一道吧。做一道以前都没做过的新题，RA never unpracticed. Return booking. When return the borrowed book, if there's a missing passage, express well say that it's key. Librarian. The demands process biology is prevent small mistake for big misunderstanding. Acknowledgeable. Say this is a librarian. Librarian. If something goes wrong, acknowledgeable it says to the librarian. Assuming biology is a simple. 我天哪，我还没点呢。Defects. Totally over the rest prevent. Damaged book disputes. The return the borrowed book either from the missing passage. Expert says transcription is key. Librarian. Librarians. 哇，这个好难，我不行。换一个简单一点的嘛，好吧？你别给我搞难的，先简单的。Easy part. Parents. Schoolhouse parents teaching conferences. 4 times a year. It's important for the families to attend. This is your chance to meet with teachers and ask a question about your child's progress. It can be helpful to writing down questions ahead of time. Schools host parents teaching conferences. The 4 times a year. Conferences 4 times a year. Schools host parent-teachers conferences 4 times a year, and it is important for families to attend. This is your chance to meet with teachers and ask questions about your child's progress. It can be helpful to writing down questions ahead of time. Schools host parent-teachers conferences 4 times a year, and it is important for families to attend. This is your chance to meet with teachers and ask questions about your child's. Schools host parent-teachers conferences 4 times a year, and it is. 这个好像还好。Schools host parent-teachers conferences. 再读一遍。Schools host parents-teachers conferences 4 times a year. Schools host parent-teachers conferences 4 times a year, and it is important for families to attend. This is your chance to meet with teachers and ask a question about your child's progress. It can be helpful to writing down questions ahead of time. Schools host parent-teachers conferences 4 times a year, and it is important for families to attend. This is your chance to meet with teachers and ask a question about your child's progress. It can be helpful to writing down questions ahead of time. Helpful. Helpful. 30分，别读了。好了，我们来读 RS 好吗 ？RS，怎么这么多道？来吧，先做简单吧。老师说简单的不做了，简单的先做会。
Please stop writing as soon as the teacher asks.
你20分钟我就去吃饭，现在4点多了。那个20分钟啊，开始。
Please stop writing as soon as the teacher asks.
Please stop writing as soon as the teacher asks. Please stop writing as soon as the teacher asks. Please stop writing as soon as the teacher asks. Teacher.
Teacher.
Teacher. 来吧。
The deadline for the essay is tomorrow.
The deadline for the essay is tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow. The deadline for the essay is tomorrow. 哎呀。The deadline. The deadline for the essay is tomorrow. Deadline.
Deadline.
Deadline. The deadline is essay. Essay.
Essay.
Essay. Tomorrow.
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 The deadline for the essay is tomorrow.
来下一个。
Talented people do specialized marketing.
Talented students do specialize in marketing. Talented students do specialize in marketing. People, talented people 是个 students， 就这样吧。那你挑。Talented students do specialize in marketing.
The bookshop is located on the north of the main campus.
The bookshop is located north on the campus. The bookshop is located north on the campus. Located on the north of the main campus. The bookshop is located north on the campus. On the campus. 来吧。
We will discuss these two pictures in the next lecture.
We will discuss these two pictures in the next section. We will discuss these two pictures in the next section. 我应该 in the next lecture. We will discuss. We will discuss these two pictures in the next section. Picture.
Pictures.
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 Pictures. Picture in the next lecture.
The train is leaving in a few minutes.
The train is leaving and have few minutes. The train is leaving. Have many minutes.
The train is leaving in a few minutes.
Few minutes. The train is leaving. Have few minutes. The train is leaving. Have few minutes. In a few minutes. In a few minutes. 这个我要记住这个表达。The train is leaving. Have few minutes. A few minutes. 几分钟。
Assignments must be submitted at the end of the term.
The assignments should be submitted by the end of the term. The assignments should be submitted by the end of the term. By the end. Assignments should be submitted by the end of the term. And. The assignments should be submitted by the end of the term. Submitted. Must be. The assignments must be submitted.
Submitted.
Submitted. Submitted. And. And. Term. But the term. Okay. 这两个中等的啊，先
The
测。
professor would be available for the lecture soon.
The professor will be available for the lecture soon. The professor will be available for the lecture soon. 这个表现不错，也是 available. The professor will be available for available. Would be available. 这个表达 The professor would be available for the lecture soon. 那我们现在念中等的 medium。那这个我就去念一下题。
Collaboration between departments has led to groundbreaking research.
Population have together have the ground to the research. 我刚刚 collaborating.
Collaboration between departments has led to groundbreaking research.
Corporation and the departments and together have the research. Corporation and the departments and together have the research. And the groundbreak, okay. Collaboration between departments have led to groundbreaking. Have the go lead to. Corporation and the departments and together have the research. Collaboration between departments. Collaboration between departments had led to pushing and research. Had led to groundbreaking research.
This lecture will discuss 3 different areas of digital technology.
This lecture will discuss the 3 different areas of digital technology. This lecture will discuss the 3 different areas of digital technology. 这个语我是上个讲过这个题。The lecture will discuss 3 different areas. This lecture will discuss the 3 different areas of digital technology. 我们继续。现在是再读一遍吧。This lecture gave information about the last week keep people different. Firstly, the lecture began by saying this is able to information which the thing can look at. Secondly, it is object to the human, conveys as with you, and mentioned by the speaker. So again, how to transfer put the name. However, this can lead us understand the forgive put the hard problem. In conclusion, the lecture explained the topic about recognize can be appreciated. This lecture gave information about the last week keep people different. Firstly, the lecture began by saying that this is able to information which the thing can look at. Secondly, it is object to the human, conveys as with you, and mentioned by the speaker. So again, how to transfer put the name. However, this can lead us understand the forgive put the hard problem. In conclusion, the lecture explained the topic about recognize can be appreciated. 再做一道。Thank you.
Last week, we talked about how people.
Today, we are going to talk about the concept of social identity, an essential part of who we are. Social identity refers to how people define themselves based on the groups they belong to, such as age, gender, race, religion, nationality, or even region. It's not just about personal traits, it's deeply tied to our sense of belonging in society. There are several key aspects of social identity, including social identity threats, situations where people feel judged or devalued because of their group membership, and how these can affect well-being and performance. And there goes safety threats, which relate to whether individuals feel psychologically safe in certain environments based on their identity. Why is social identity important? And what impact does it have on us? It depends on different societies and different classifications. The influence of social identity isn't fixed. It varies depending on context, culture, and individual experiences. In some settings, your identity might empower you. In others, it might make you feel excluded. Ultimately, understanding social identity helps us recognize how group memberships shape our thoughts, behaviors, and interactions. It reminds us that identity isn't just personal, it's social, dynamic, and deeply powerful.
This lecture gives information about this day's social, how who we are in the group. Firstly, it gives the concept, the region, the national, and the background with the people. Secondly, the citizens have the fear is the press, have the safety environments and communities. As mentioned by the speaker, the identity is very important. So this can lead us understand depend on the influence on the context, culture, and communications. In conclusion, the lecture explained the topic about the help the members are deeply powerful. This lecture gives information about this day's social, how who we are in the group. Firstly, it gives the concept, the region, the national, and the background with the people. Secondly, the citizens have the fear the press, have the safety environments and communities. As mentioned by the speaker, the identity is very important. So this can lead us understand depend on the influence on the context, culture, and communications. In conclusion, the lecture explained the topic about the help the members are deeply powerful.
So, the pace at which human minds have evolved over the last million years, and more recently, probably the last 200,000 years, has been so frighteningly rapid that, the evolution of cognitive function and perception can only occur in small number of genes. If one needed to adapt dozens of gene changes in concert in order to acquire the penetrating minds that we now have, which our ancestors 5,000 years ago didn't have, the evolution could not have taken place. It really couldn't have occurred so quickly. And so for that reason alone, one begins to really suspect that, the genetic differences between people who say lived 5,000 years ago is evidence that the difference between their cognitive functions and ours is not actually as large. Therefore, a rather small number of genes may be responsible for the powerful minds that humans have, which most of us now possess. This lecture gives information about the involved year have a southern evolution. Firstly, the lecture began by giving introduction about carry out needed to be adopted month. Secondly, this is we have to take the place
to be quickly mentioned by the speaker, which connected the reason began to the different people have some evidence. In conclusion, the lecture explained the topic about no big to do it, have a small group have the responsibilities. Have to need to do that. This lecture gives information about the involved year have a thousand evolution. Firstly, the lecture began by giving introduction about carry out needed to be adopted the month. Secondly, this is we have to take the place to be quickly mentioned by the speaker, which connected the reason began to the different people have some evidence. In conclusion, the lecture explained the topic about no big to do it, have a small group have the responsibilities. Working as a husband, study strategy, difficult course, presentation, difficult course，看一下。是新的 phone class per different way the university field trip camps accommodation essay write future job anniversary party online course meeting group project the final exam students club social media gap year management assignments free online courses and the university bookstore bookshop and company in the library. Volunteer experience, management of assignments, and gap year, social media.
Three students are discussing whether social media does more harm than good to university students.
Have you noticed how much time we all spend on social media every day? I think it's become a real problem. It's distracting, affects mental health, and keeps people from having real conversations. I've seen people cancel plans just to stay home and scroll through feeds, which really worries me.
I totally agree. A lot of students end up comparing themselves to others online, which just makes them anxious or unhappy. Not to mention how easy it is to waste hours scrolling instead of studying or actually hanging out with friends. Just last week, I lost 3 hours watching random videos when I should have been finishing an essay.
Actually, I don't see it that way. Social media helps me stay connected with friends from home, join student groups, and even find academic opportunities. It's all about how you use it. It can be a tool, not just a distraction. For example, I found my current research assistant position through a LinkedIn post from my department.
I get that, but the algorithms are designed to keep you hooked. Even if you start with good intentions, it's easy to fall into endless scrolling. And don't forget about privacy issues or misinformation. Once you click on one controversial topic, your feed gets flooded with similar content. It's hard to escape.
Yeah, and it often replaces face-to-face interaction. I've seen people sitting together in the cafe, everyone on their phone instead of talking. It kind of defeats the purpose of being on campus, doesn't it? We're losing the ability to read body language and have deep, spontaneous conversations.
I understand the concerns, but banning or overly criticizing social media isn't the answer. We should focus on digital literacy, teaching people how to use these platforms responsibly. It's part of modern life, and we need to learn to navigate it. We could host student-led workshops on setting boundaries and curating a positive online experience.
That's a fair point. Maybe the issue isn't social media itself, but how we use it. If used intentionally, it doesn't have to be negative. But without proper education, most people won't use it intentionally. They'll just consume.
True. Balance and self-control are key. Maybe the university could offer workshops on healthy digital habits instead of just telling us to log off. Learning to use tech mindfully is a skill, just like time management or critical thinking.
Now that's something I could support. Guidance is better than restriction. Let's make technology work for us, not against us. Maybe we can propose a digital wellness week through the student union to raise awareness.
This discussion is talking about social media, more harm than good for students. Firstly, speaker wants that he's thinking about people have to stay at home, and also mentioned that even though with good intention, which is forget the information, sometimes always check out. Secondly, speaker said that he is always connected in online and also talking about the 3 hours to watch the video but a waste of time. Thirdly, Speaker 3 agree with Speaker 1 and also see that it is have the tool with the research and sometimes the key point is learning in the set the boundary, have the responsibility. However, everyone shares experience, worries, and perspectives. So this are separated. Oh my god， 怎么办？这句话应该，我想这句话去了，这个是最后一句，这个是一，这是二，哎呦我天呐，重来。This discussion is talking about social media more harm than good for students in the university. Firstly, Speaker Wang said that he think about the people have to stay at home and sometimes even with the good intention, which is forget the information and sometimes is always check out. Secondly, Speaker Chu said that he is connected in online and also mentioned about sometimes is 3 hours to watch the video, so waste of time. Thirdly, Speaker 3 agree with Speaker 1 and also said that she is in the tour with the research, and which means that learning it set the boundaries, have the responsibility for your life. However, everyone shares experience, worries, and perspectives. So, the accepted solution of healthy digital habits to learning critical thinking. In conclusion, the lecture explained the topic about maybe lose the face-to-face, lose the body language, and the deep conversation. This discussion is talking about social media more harm than good for students in the university. Firstly, Speaker Wang said that he think about the people have to stay at home and sometimes even with the good intention, which is forget the information and sometimes is always check out. Secondly, Speaker Chu said that he is connected in online and also mentioned about sometimes is 3 hours to watch the video, so waste of time. Thirdly, Speaker 3 agree with Speaker 1 and also said that she is in the tour with the research, and which means that learning it set the boundaries, have the responsibility for your life. However, everyone shares experience, worries, and perspectives. So, the accepted solution of our healthy digital habits. This 我们再听一遍吧，好不好？ 那我们再来做什么呢？我想一下，听说读写口语今天只有 SGD、ILD 都做了，再听一个 SST 吧。我拿了几张 A4 纸过来，来吧 ，Come on。There's a time to worship you.
The stability of emotion differs among different persons. Think about the people around you. Some people usually have nervous moods like a roller coaster, an intense experience, while others have a small varying range, relaxed and peaceful. We might say that one person often feels tense, with strong fluctuation of emotions, while another remains generally calm and maintains a stable mood. So what does science say about which way of feeling is better? Research finds that the secret of happiness is of a mild contentment. True happiness isn't found in extreme highs, like moments of euphoria or very low lows. Instead, it comes from a mild mood, a gentle sense of satisfaction that stays with us over time. That brings us to a very useful idea. You should find a point of balance, and the ideal mood is moderate strain and contentment. Let's break this idea down into two parts. First, moderate strain is not the same as harmful stress. It's the kind of positive tension that helps us focus, learn, and grow. Without any challenge, we might feel too loose, without direction. Second, this is balanced by contentment, a calm and grateful attitude toward everyday life. This isn't about big, exciting moments. It's the ability to appreciate small good things, which helps reduce major fluctuations of emotions. So, whether you're naturally more like a roller coaster or more like a quiet lake, you can learn to find your balance. The stability of emotion differs among different persons. Think about the
stability of emotion different among different person.
People around you.
Think about the people around you.
Usually have nervous moods like a roller coaster.
Some people usually have nervous moods like a roller coaster.
Intense experience.
Under intention experience.
While others have a small varying range, relaxed and
while others have a small varying range, relaxed and peaceful.
You might say that one person often feels tense.
You might say that one person often feels tense.
Strong fluctuation of emotions.
With stronger fluctuation of emotions.
While another remains generally calm and maintains a stable mood.
And maintain a stable mood.
So what does science say about which way of feeling is better?
So what does science say about which way of feeling is better?
Research finds that the secret of happiness is a mild contentment. True happiness isn't found in extreme highs.
True happiness isn't found in extremely highs.
Like moments of euphoria
and the moments of this
very low lows.
And very low lows.
Instead, it comes from a mild mood.
Instead, it comes from the mild mood.
Mild.
Strong, very cold, not very cold.
Gentle sense of satisfaction that stays with us over time.
A gentle sense of satisfaction that stays with us over time.
That brings us to a very useful idea. You should find a point of balance in the ideal mood is moderate strain and contentment.
And the moderate strain and contentment.
Let's break this idea down into two parts. First, moderate strain is not the same as harmful stress.
Moderate strain is not the same as harmful stress.
It's the kind of positive tension that helps.
It is kind of the positive tension.
Us focus, learn, and grow.
That helps us focus, learning, and grow.
Without any challenge.
We
We might feel too loose.
We might feel too loose.
Without direction.
Without direction.
Second, this is balanced by contentment.
Second, this is balanced by contentment.
A calm and grateful attitude toward
and a grateful attitude
everyday life.
Toward everyday life.
This isn't about big, exciting moments.
It isn't about big, exciting moments.
It's the ability to appreciate.
It is the ability to appreciate
good things.
Small good things.
Which helps reduce major fluctuations.
Which helps reduce major fluctuation
of
emotion.
So, whether you're naturally more like a roller coaster
or whether you are naturally more like a roller coaster,
or like a quiet lake,
or more like a quiet lake,
you can learn to find your balance.
You can learn to find your balance. Okay, that's it. 我们再来跟读一下那个，我觉得这个是有了的。底下有个25是有的 ，RTS 有个28 10分的 ，SGD 有个25分钟。那我们再来一个 RS 的复读、熟读吧。没多少电了，8个电。